Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Better Call Saul Season 3, Episode 8. So, last time we had Jimmy dealing with expenses and life just costing a lot, and things not going great selling his commercials and everything, and he had to pay the guys out of pocket for their time and all that stuff, and he ended up trying to go cancel his malpractice insurance and ended up finding out that it's just gonna cost more in the next year. So he ended up just taking another jab at Chuck by having this breakdown that implicates Chuck's own sanity and stuff. So I think Chuck basically just got his malpractice insurance increased, or I mean, I wonder if they could drop Chuck entirely after looking into this or something. But yeah, interesting stuff. We had Anita show up, a new character talking to Mike, and seems to have inspired Mike to help Price a bit. For some reason, after talking to her, he decided to go ahead and help Price. So, definitely interesting. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of what Jimmy does. I want to see more of all the other storylines too. Hector, Nacho, obviously Gus, and all that. So yeah, let's jump into the episode and find out what happens to them, shall we? Alrighty, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Breaking in a lock. Jimmy. Oh, this is Jimmy and Marco. This is the past. Rest in peace, Marco. An old shut down store. Oh. Oh, shit. This is his dad's old shop. Hmm. What did he hide up here? A little bit of money? Another scam? Hmm. Interesting. Oh, shit. Going someone else. Is he gonna talk about the guy? Scammer? Oh, never mind. I don't think that's what he bought. Oh, his dad gave it to him. Oh, wow. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. There was another one. Although there was a lot of time in between. Just used to this area, maybe, or. Huh. I'm still really curious about if Jimmy did take. Uh. You know how Chuck thinks that Jimmy took, like, over the course of time, upwards of like $14,000 from the business or something like that? Obviously we had that flashback in the past where he did take some money from the register, right? And but then we had the story about where he takes coins every now and then. He didn't really mention taking other money. So I really do wonder if Jimmy really did take that much from the register, or if it's just Chuck being Chuck, blaming Jimmy again for something he didn't do, where his dad just gave all the money away to random people coming in with sob stories. Hmm. Anyway, Mike, what you up to, buddy? Hmm. Is that a shovel he just put over his arm? Why are we going in the middle of nowhere to dig? Does he have notes from someone of where something is kept? Oh no, that's like a cane, not a shovel. Oh, metal detector. That's what it is. Never mind. I saw like the arm brace to brace the shoulder or the elbow kind of thing. So I thought cane at first, but it's just more like fuck with Hector stuff. Oh, he did. It was a shovel too. There's all kinds of tools. Hmm. I mean, we obviously know that Hector's guys used to come out here and put their guns away, right? This is a cool shot, though. I like this. Like all the different mics, finding stuff, digging it up a little bit. He's not covering up his digging, so he doesn't care that other people know. So it shouldn't be anything that someone's gonna be coming out here soon to see. Or else they'd see a bunch of holes, right? Unless he doesn't care. Huh. That's what's always so fun about Mike scenes. Is you just kinda gotta figure it out. Oh shit, is this a body? Oh fuck, that's a hand, alright. Is it Anita's guy? Alright. There's another thing I can think of is Anita's guy went missing, right? Did he somehow track down where he might have been? And how would he figure that out, though? Hey, we didn't get any Chuck last episode, and I want to see some of his road to recovery. Hmm. Okay. He's getting better. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. The bigger you get yourself hyped up, the more disappointment you have when you don't make it, and sometimes that disappointment can be a mental relapse. So it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Gonna make him say it. Hmm. Yeah. It was a great scene. Great scene. It's exactly what I wanted to see out of Chuck. Alright, so the commercial worked, so they're doing more? Uh-oh. Well, hmm. Damn. Damn. Well, shit. Just Jimmy getting kicked again. God damn. That's kinda shitty. I mean, I understand they're trying to save money, but Jimmy, don't do anything you're gonna regret. The way he was looking around. Uh-oh. Is he gonna, like... Oh, no. Is he gonna, like, slip or something? God damn, Jimmy. God damn, Jimmy. Ask that question. Oh, Jimmy. Such fancy cups. Hmm. Putting more... Putting more on Kim. Uh, don't let yourself get distracted. Hmm. Oh, Howard. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, Kim. Don't let that get under your skin, man. I wonder if she could, like, hire someone to help. What's the check for? uh, the money for her school. All right. Howard, don't come back. Okay. I thought Howard was gonna come back again. I was gonna be like, this is gonna get awkward and unprofessional. Hmm. Hmm. She has a point. I mean, she was just doing what she had to do to defend her client, and he was the one that was hiding this whole time from his clients. You know, like Kim's completely right. I feel like anyway. Where are we at now? Nacho. Okay, let's write stuff down. Filling it with whatever he's filling it with. He has ibuprofen there. Is he just filling it with ibuprofen like powder? So not something that will, if that's the case, it's not something that will kill him, right? It's just something that is not going to do what it's supposed to do. It's not going to be the nitroglycerin that he's expecting. Is he replacing the whole... He's making a bunch of them, so is he replacing the whole container of them? Rather than just replacing, like, a pill or something? I guess it would make sense that maybe not one pill would be enough. Have him off the medicine for a time. Oh, is he practicing the drop? Changing it out? Hmm. It's cool seeing someone practice this, because usually in shows the characters are just that good. Oh, yep, you don't want to do that. You also gotta hope he puffed the pocket out. You gotta hope that the pocket will be puffed out like that, too. It might not be. Maybe get someone else to do it. I wonder if making that drop is gonna be better to have someone else do it. He's going to the store. Hmm. Is he distracting himself? Some kind of like ritual kind of thing with him saying the black mat, purple sweater. It's gotta be really weird, like knowing it's in your head. Ugh, the freezer aisle. It's made to be so dramatic, and I love it. Like a lot of Chuck stuff, I've always loved how it makes you feel uncomfortable too, even though he's just walking down a grocery aisle like we do, and it never bothers us. It's such a good representation of what he's going through. Oh, come on, Chuck. Damn. EOD, end of day, right? Hmm. Coulda. He got a. I didn't even think about that. Did he get a guitar out of where they? Huh. Did he actually hurt his back? Could that violate the PPD? Like, what is that? That's like insurance fraud, or I don't know. Is it like the money for this month's? Hmm. Yeah. He can't be. No, I guess that probably wouldn't work. Is that the money she was going to pay back to Howard that she's going to be using to cover this? And now that it's not going to be paid back to Howard. Yeah. That's a weird question. I learned that she is the same lady from Breaking Bad. She was Saul Goodman's. Oh, interesting. Um, yeah, she's the one that is very briefly in Saul Goodman as his receptionist there too. So that was just me not watching Better Call. I mean, Breaking Bad for a while, so I forgot. There's been a lot of it that where there's a lot of characters, a lot of cameos, like that I learned about by watching. I actually started watching another reaction of this all the way up or almost to where I've seen. Obviously, I don't watch past, but like one of the guys they scammed where they drank like really expensive like 50 a shot tequila or whatever and they drink the whole bottle. That guy was the guy that Walters burned his car. Oh, Jimmy. Another thing for Howard to deal with. What is. What you doing, Nacho? Is this their car place that he's doing this to? I didn't. Or is it this place? Oh. Uh, AC not functioning. Making it hot in here so he takes his jacket off. Yeah, there it is. I see now. Apparently, this guy is also Crazy 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Which is crazy, because the journey he must have gone on. Because Crazy 8's a lot more crazy, right? I'm pretty sure that's him, though. Hmm. Is that part of it? Saying it looks funny? Is that part of his plan to do the drop? Do you not have the pills with him? Sit in the other pocket. Oh, you're so bad at this. Did he replace them? Or did he just take the other ones out? No, the other one's right there. Oh, it's so tense. Oh, he's gonna switch them. Oh, what if he needs them before? Trying to make you happy, man. So he was gonna say something to Don Hector, and then was just like, eh. Oh. They do such a good job with these moments where it's like, anything could happen. Oh, he's shaking. God damn. Oh no. Oh. God. I'm so nervous for Nacho, man. He's like a. I mean, I know he runs his business, he does bad stuff, but he's also such like a decent guy sometimes too. I want him to be successful. The hard part, the drop, right? Come on, you practiced. You practiced. Don't make a rattling noise. Oh, that was pretty smooth. Don Hector's gonna say something, make it tense, isn't he? No? Seemingly none the wiser. Oh my god. That was so tense! How can just doing a pill swap be so intense? On two characters that I shouldn't care that much about. How's your back doing, Jimmy? Ugh. Ugh, that's a diaper. That's poopy, poopy diaper. Oh. This fucking guy. Oh, that sucks. Wow. That sucks. Hmm. Yeah, how are you gonna do that? I read the subtitles of what he said before he said it, sorry. And then I replied to it as he said it. Alright, Jimmy. What do you got planned? This fuck. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, Jimmy, you're so good. You're one to talk, asshole. uh, Jedi mind shit. Don't let him see you giving money. Just pocket it, dude. Uh-oh. Jimmy getting ideas of things he could do. More Mike's money. What was that body thing earlier on? Trying to remember if we like know someone who's been buried out there. Los Pollos, huh? Ah, money laundering. Yeah. Hmm. Can you point him in the direction? Oh boy. Hmm. He doesn't even know what he has to do, right? Ah, we're not gonna get to know. Damn. Alright, guys, that is it for episode 8. Man, we don't get to learn what that body was? We don't get to learn what this deal is? Like, we don't know what Mike has to do. Like a degree more difficult, like, right? Like, what did he do? Usually Mike's not the kind of person to agree to something where he doesn't know the terms yet, right? Yet he did. Interesting. I mean, we obviously know that he's like Gus's guy, right, in the future. So I mean, I guess it's just starting now. He has that. I guess he has that faith in him. Either that, uh, or Mike is just so smart that he understands and he knows what Gus is getting at and what he means. I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe it's just something that I'm not realizing, but Mike is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do, this, right? This is what he's implying. So, I don't know. But yeah, interesting. Interesting. But yeah, that was a really good episode. We had the beginning scene with the coin collection. Seeing Marco again was very cool. And, just continuing to raise that mysterious question of, the last flashback where, like, Be the Wolf from that guy implied that Jimmy did take some money from the register, but Chuck seems to think he took a ton of money from the register, like 14,000 over the course of, from childhood to the time of closing the restaurant. So is it true that he took it, or is it something here where he talked about going through the register for coins, right? Like, why would he do that if he was, like, stealing other money too? I mean, I guess it's possible he was doing both and just didn't tell Marco about the stealing money part. And once again, we have something from Jimmy mentioning how much of his dad, like, gave away milk to people who gave a sob story. Like, all this stuff. I really wonder if Jimmy did as bad of what Chuck thinks he did in that time. And it's really... I'm trying to think about what that... I guess it's, bringing back the scam idea from the past, and Jimmy doing it again here where he's threatening to sue this guy, even though, I mean, it's not quite a scam. He very well could go through with it, right? And that's the thing, is Jimmy's a lawyer. As soon as he gets his license back, he can just represent himself. He doesn't need to pay a lawyer. So really, the only thing that's being taken up is his time going to court, whereas this guy is going to have to pay for a lawyer or represent himself, which is not going to go well for that man. That man is not going to be able to represent himself. So, yeah, and then obviously when he loses, it's going to cost him, and that's what Jimmy was threatening, essentially. But he managed to get the $700 out of that drug dealer kid. Like, I wonder if this is the start to, and he had, like, that smile on his face, like it seems like that's where Jimmy belongs, right? In this gray area that he exists in. And maybe that's what the smile was about, is him being like, this feels right. So maybe it's the start to Saul Goodman becoming a thing, a criminal lawyer kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really curious as to how all of these things tie into Jimmy's story, and it does feel like we're slowly inching towards, and I mean, he did also run a scam on the guys at the place too. So he slipped, fell, and I guess the terms were that they do the commercial and he won't, like, sue them or something like that. They made some kind of agreement, and he got a guitar out of it too. So also, on top of, we kind of saw him pull one over on two people here this episode. So he's kind of back, but that's also dangerous because I don't know if any of these things that he's doing could violate a PPD, right? He's got to be careful. He has to uphold that PPD for a year. So he's going to be very careful with his scams if he does, because if anyone tries to, come after him, I wonder if that PPD would, like, instantly activate. But yeah. We had the Mike scene. I already talked about it a few times, but the body in the desert, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like, the only thing I can think of is Anita talked about not knowing where her husband... I don't know if it was her husband. I can't remember. I apologize. If it's a husband, if it's a kid, if it's a father or something. Someone in her life who went missing from the Navy. He was a Navy man who went missing, right? And was never seen. Did Mike somehow track down that body, like, find the person? But how would he do that? Like, he had, like, a notepad, like, he probably did some legwork before coming out here with a metal detector, but how would he, when the police weren't able to find the body after however much time since he's been gone too. Like, I don't know. But then, like, what else could it have been? I'm trying to think, like, is it a, like, Hector, like, kill? Like, that wasn't the place where the driver, right? The one that got shot in the head? Or could that be the Good Samaritan that Hector killed? The one that came forward and, like, helped the driver, saw him tied up and everything, and then Hector shot him in the face. Like, could that have been it? I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, the different kills we've had, and then the driver was killed out by that shack, but I didn't see that little shack anywhere, and they buried him there. We know for sure that he was buried in the desert, right? But yeah, I'm really excited to learn whatever that is, but yeah. I guess while we're talking about Mike, because there's really only one other thing, is Mike teaming up. I mean, I already talked a little bit about that, but teaming up with Gus in order to get his money laundered, because, you know, he has this 200,000 that, like he said, he can't spend it, right? Is drug money. He needs to launder it in some way in order to make it spendable. So, with that, it, you know, brings us closer to the Breaking Bad thing, where he's doing this to store up money that can be sent to his, you know, family if anything happens to him. So, and obviously that's a big part of Mike's story in Breaking Bad, so that makes sense. But yeah, on Chuck's side of things, it seems like he is improving. Like, he was going over his, like, pain chart and stuff of it starting at, like, a 9 when he first, you know, started, and it's down to, like, 3s and 4s and stuff, and he's optimistic for the future, talking about his plans when he can put the power back on and everything. But, you know, she said that it's a process, don't get too excited. And I like how she said that, because it is true. You got to be careful. Like, it's really easy to get yourself hyped up for something, but then it's also really easy to be let down by your own excitement and then have relapses, kind of thing. Like, for example, I'm trying my best to stay positive with something in my life. I'm dieting. The past couple weeks I've been dieting. The first week I lost weight. Great. Second week, I weighed myself, and I am up half a pound, which I have been exercising a lot and, like, lifting some weights a bit and doing, like, squats and different exercises and stuff like that. Working out muscles that I never used to really work out, which means those, I might be building some muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, so I'm telling myself, like, okay, you know, I could have just burned some fat but put on some muscle. It could be a heavy day too. Like, that happens. I've had times where I weigh myself and I'm up 2 pounds from the last time I weighed myself a couple days prior, and then the next day I weigh myself again and I'm down way below the initial weight. Like, down that 2 pounds and then down even more. So it's one of those things where I'm trying to stay positive, I'm trying to stay on my diet, but there was, like, a small part of my brain that went to, like, well, why am I exercising? Like, I was about to get on my exercise bike that I have to start my exercises for the day, and I was like, well, why am I even doing this if I'm not losing weight? Like, it was only a brief passing thought. Like, the rest of, like, it was only like 5% of my brain. The rest was like, you know, no, keep going. You know, you're losing. Don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. But it's really easy, and, like, the more you get yourself excited, because I'm excited to lose weight, right? And just like here, how Chuck is very excited to get better and everything. It's very easy that after this incident at the grocery store, where I mean, we never went back to that, but he was not looking like he was doing very well there. So it's like, I understand him getting excited, but you also got to be careful and, like, hamper your expectations so you don't disappoint yourself and regress because of it. So I loved what the doctor had to say. I love Chuck talking over, like, his realization. I wonder if he's ever gonna, like, as he starts to get better, think about how, like, that was one of the worst moments of his life, but it was also a moment that allowed him to realize this and allow him to get better. And it's possible that since it's a mental thing, if he never would have realized this, he may have never gotten better, right? And Jimmy is the catalyst for that. And I know it's not under the best. It was to save Jimmy's own skin, right? But yeah, watching back, like I said during the episode, I've been watching some reactions. Like something I never really I mean I noticed it. I was like, wow, he's practicing that, but I didn't really think about it all that hard when they were going into that court thing. The only thing that we saw Chuck like practicing was saying I love my brother, and that's pretty fucked up. I didn't really like give it the credit that that scene deserved of being as messed up as it is, of like Chuck didn't have to practice his lines for, you know, the rest of the trial to answer any of the other questions. The one he had to practice was the one about him saying he loves his brother. And yeah, it's messed up, man. Especially because of how much Jimmy, like, sure, Jimmy's not perfect. Jimmy's not great. He fucks up. He does shit. But Jimmy cares for his brother so much. It's like the care is so one-sided in that relationship. It's nuts. I wonder if there will be a time where Chuck can find it in his heart to care for Jimmy again after all these years. But I don't know. That ship might have sailed. Either way, I'm glad to see Chuck, you know, doing what he's doing. I like seeing him talk through it. I like seeing him get help, but yeah, it's really like a really cool dynamic of how Chuck fits into the story and how I feel about him. So, the Kim and Howard argument, I'm like 100% on Kim's side. Like, he's mad at her for what he did. Like, it tarnished the reputation of HHM, and I get that. I understand why Howard's mad, but she has a point where, one, she was just doing what she had to do to defend her client. That's the game, right? Like, you knew that, like, you were the one that covered this up to all of your clients, right? So you have to deal with the backlash. If you would have been forward with your clients and talked about the illness instead of just covering it up and dealing with it this whole time, then yeah. I guess, wait, was Howard going and talking to Chuck about the... Was the Howard going to talk about the malpractice insurance? Was that after the shopping incident? So that would have meant he made it back okay, right? He has, like, the bag of stuff when he's, like, going back in the house, right? So I believe that's after... Let's see. Yeah, okay. So Chuck did... I'm sorry, we did have another scene of Chuck. He did make it out of there fine. He didn't, like, pass out or something, because we had that moment where he was walking down that alley and then it just jump cut away when it looked like he was about to have one of his, like, fainting moments. But it seems like he made it out of there okay. But yeah, okay. That's better. But we also didn't get to see the result of the malpractice and know what happened there. So, yeah. But yeah, like the argument between Kim and Howard, like I'm way more on Kim's side than I am Howard's. But I understand Howard's frustration, you know, kind of being stabbed in the back like that and all that. So, but oh my god, moving on to the scene of friggin' Nacho. God, that scene of him swapping those pills and everything. That was just so tense for me. I don't know why. Like I said, it's crazy that moment between Nacho and Hector. Like, I really like Nacho. Like, I keep saying it because I want you guys to know that I do realize he's working in this industry, right? He's a, you know, he beat up the one guy just because, like, Hector gave a little, like, grunt or whatever. You know, he's not the best guy. But when you compare him to all of his colleagues around him, he seems like a damn saint, you know? So I think that's just the thing is, like I was watching the reaction, like I said, and it was the incident with them going into Los Pollos Hermanos and basically not letting anyone leave, but then the mother and the child tried to leave. The one guy was gonna stop them, not giving a shit, and then Nacho's like, shakes his head no and lets him go. Like those little moments of Nacho are sweet, and he cares about his father and stuff like that. He's more of a businessman in this drug trade. Honestly, I feel like Nacho would work really well with Gus, because Gus has that professionalism to him where they don't just go around and beat people up to prove a point. They do other things to prove points. And I feel like that's very much Nacho. I would actually very much love to see if we could potentially have Nacho going with Gus at some point, but I don't really know. I don't think Nacho is in Breaking Bad. So I'm really curious about where Nacho's story goes in this, but I really like him. So I guess that's why it was just so tense for me. But man, like I even found myself like how he was shaking up until like the end there when he finished it, and that's when like that anxiety just like melts away. I know exactly that feeling. That was like for me, I was like almost holding my breath that whole time until he successfully dropped it, and then even a little bit after, because where like Hector, I thought they were gonna pull like that drama TV show where like Hector says like Nacho, or something, and like right at that moment, and it has nothing to do with the pill drop. He didn't notice, right? But he just says something and it scares the shit out of Nacho, right? Like, I feel like that's very much like a trope for TV shows when someone's in a tense situation where they don't want to be noticed, and then the person they're worried about like says their name right after they do the thing, even though they didn't notice. Like, I feel like that's such a trope, but yeah. They didn't do it, and it was still very tense and such a good scene, and I loved it. So, but yeah, I already the last thing on my list is Jimmy doing his thing. Just talking about getting the $700 from the guy for and I don't feel bad for that dude at all, because he is like, I mean, I guess that I felt bad for that guy because I'm a sucker for those kind of stories, and I genuinely thought he might have had a kid that was sick. Obviously, Jimmy saw through it, right? And maybe even that guy saw through it. But I don't know. I almost think that guy didn't see through it, and he's just an asshole that's just like, I don't care about your kid. You're gonna lose your hours. It's possible that he did see through it and was like, no, you're just trying to get out of here. So like, I don't know. If it was the kid thing, I feel bad for that guy. But now that I know he's going off to probably sell drugs to someone to make more money or something, then I don't feel as sympathetic to his situation. But where was I going in the first place? But either way, like, I really don't feel bad for the guy that's running that, because, I mean, yeah, Jimmy was talking on the phone that one time, but he literally had 2 bags full while everyone else, like, had 1 and barely that. Like, some of them had, like, the bag didn't even look full, right? So, I mean, he did the work. He should have got the hours. So, I really don't feel bad for this guy who's just like I said in the episode that he did that in, he's just pushing his weight around. So, but yeah, I think that's really all I have to talk about for this one, guys. Great episode. I loved it, as usual, with Better Call Saul. Such a good show, man. But that'll be it for me. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. As usual, this was a Patreon show, meaning you can see the rest of it on my Patreon right now. Check that out if you're interested in supporting the channel and getting more content. I very much appreciate it, guys. And I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.